Hello there, and welcome to this syllabus for a fantastic course. This is really one of the most amazing ceramics courses. I really have just started teaching this and really enjoy it because not only do we learn how to make ceramics, but we learn the history and the background and the culture from which these ceramic stylings, these ceramic methods and practices emerged. And it really is a great experience. So I'll just kind of show you a little bit of what happens. So if you look behind me here, right here is an example of what I would call an African influenced spherical pot. And so that's where our semester will start. We'll learn about the cultures in Africa that produced pottery, that continue to produce pottery. We'll see videos of them, we'll read about them, and then I will take you step by step through how to create one of these kinds of spherical pots. And so we'll go from Africa, and that's what this course is about, is getting deeply into 4 different kinds of ceramics from different parts of the world and different periods of time. So from the African spherical pots, and you can see this one here, and then right behind it in the background is another one. I'll show you different methods and different textures, different surfaces, ways of creating these kinds of pots. It's going to be a really great adventure, a real journey around the world. The next kind of ceramics we're going to get into is the Mimbres pottery. And here's a contemporary, this is one of mine, a contemporary example. Mimbres pottery was produced by the Mimbres people, of course, who lived in New Mexico from the year 200 to the years 1150. And then their culture pretty much disappeared. And these pots are all that's left of them. They're these open bowls, these open shaped bowls with a white background and some black drawing, often of a geometric pattern or of some kind of animal or human figure. You can see I've done a female with a kind of target floating over her. And another thing that typified these is this incredibly wonderful border here. So we'll learn all about what we can about the Mimbres people who disappeared in the 1150, and we'll also be able to see lots of examples of their work and produce our own. Next, we'll move on to the culture, the fantastic ceramic culture of Japan. And the culture of Japan has so many different kinds of ceramics and so many exciting things that they do. We're going to explore the Japanese tea ceremony and specifically make a black raku Japanese style tea bowl. This is the one that I made for this last semester, that where we all work together on this course. And this is, so we'll learn about the amazing tea ceremony and its origins in Buddhism and all aspects of having a ceremony in Japan about tea. So that's going to be something that we're going to delve into deeply. It's a fascinating topic that you can never stop learning about. It's got so much information available for you. And we get to make a Japanese tea bowl. Some would probably be one of the most subtle and complex forms of the semester, even though it appears to be the most simple. And then finally, we finish off the semester with just a favorite of mine, these amazing face jugs. And here's a little one. This is the start. I'll show you how to make these smaller versions to get warmed up and practice with. And so they're face jugs. They originated in 1858 or so out of South Carolina, the Edgefield area, and we'll learn all about that, and that their origins came from the intersection of the African slaves that were kidnapped and brought into America, and meeting with craftspeople who were most likely migrants, immigrants coming in from England and or Germany. The result at some point were these marvelous face jugs. And so we'll learn what traditional face jugs look like, and also how to play more contemporary ideas, which you can see in back. You may want to try a slightly larger one. You can see I've got a couple of them back behind me. So that's a real quick tour of where we're going with this course. It's, as I say, it's really exciting, not only because you get to make each one of these things, but because you also get to learn deeply about each of their ceramic practices and their origins. And in many cases, you may find yourself So excited about it that you may not stop when the course stops. You may want to make more. You may want to study more. I certainly do. I find it absolutely fantastic and never ending. The kinds of expressions I can make, the kinds of textures I can make on African spherical pot. Tea bowls are endlessly exciting to make. And of course, the wonderful painting of Mimbres. We're going to be doing all of that. And where you are right now and you're watching this video is on our syllabus page. This is our syllabus page, and this will give you a good guideline to the class. And so you can read through this thoroughly. You can always contact me through email or through the Canvas page with any questions. And a couple more ideas. When you're coming to class, if you don't know what to do, you go straight to the modules. And that will be basically an outline step by step of how to progress through the class. And if here's a tip for success, if you visit the class often, you know, it's asynchronous, which means we're here for you. We recognize that with all the different students, given these complex times we're living in, you may not be able to arrive, all of you at the same time. So we're providing this class for you to progress through at your own pace. There are discrete deadlines, of course. With clay, you have to have deadlines because we'll ask you to drop your pieces off at certain times so that we can BIC fire them and take them through the process. So that's happening. For success in this class, what I would recommend is just try to keep a pace with it. Pay attention to all the dates. You can write them down and follow them, and just visit the class often and make sure you're making progress through, and it'll be quite natural. Anyway, I can't tell you enough how much I enjoy this kind of work and teaching you and working with you, and I know we're going to have a great semester together. So I look forward to meeting you all virtually online.